Look at human things as smoke and nothing at all. Reflect especially that what has once changed will never exist again in the infinite duration of time. It's Marcus Aurelius. One of the things I've been doing with my time. Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, philosophy, things like that. This is a Drew Estate factory smoke that has been mellowing in my humidor for the better part of 2 years. That process has definitely changed the flavor profile of this cigar. It has mellowed out a lot of the harsh stuff and a lot more of like the chocolatey, coffee, vanilla, sweeter, oatmeal cookie kind of notes have come popping through. I know I've seen a lot of videos and heard a lot of cigar aficionados talk about aging cigars, and I can confirm it makes a difference. In the glass, we have a Dram of Laphroaig quarter cask. The less frequently I enjoy a scotch or a cigar, the more abundantly I enjoy a scotch and a cigar. Pulling back on these hobbies and taking a little time away and reducing the amount of consumption has done a tremendous amount in making these hobbies much more enjoyable for me. Where are we now? Let me get my glasses. January 16th. 16 days into 2026. And already on our third transportation crippling snow event in this region. We've had highways closed down. The business I work in was brought to a standstill just on Wednesday, leaving a lot of backlog in the warehouse. Not everything got out on the road. Our truck drivers were out there, I have to say, valiantly doing their duty because, some of the guys were 3 to 6 hours behind, and they already do very long shifts as it is. So, crippling would be the word for these events, and they had me take some time to reflect because in a way everything slows down, but it also speeds up, right? So if we can't get the stuff out the door, we don't got to worry about moving it. But guess what? Tomorrow, you got to move it no matter what. So you slow down, you speed up. I have to say that Drew Estate factory smokes are some of the best for the price. Pairing it with this Laphroaig quarter cask was the right move for me today. Yeah, I mostly just wanted to shoot a video. I didn't really come in prepared at all. I did want to talk a little bit about how keeping your cigars in the humidor mellows them out. I mean, even the cellophanes that they come in start to go a little bit yellow the longer it's in the humidor. I've got some where the cellos are like really yellow. I've had a darkest hour. It's a Churchill cigar in my humidor now for 3 years. That right now is around $100 cigar, something like that. I do wonder what the mellowing in the humidor has done. Now this humidor took a long time to season. For whatever reason, it's probably made in China. It's not the highest quality one. And so when I first got it, it smelled like wood glue. So it took a long time to get that smell out of it. Now when I open the door, I just get a waft of tobacco and cedar, and it is incredibly relaxing. If you hear some background noise, that's because my balcony door is wide open. It is not terribly cold, and I have a overly powerful heater right here, so I'm just catching a comfortable breeze, and the smoke is just drifting away as the snow falls out there today. I have had to shovel my balcony off. Our first snow event around Christmas was, a meter and a half. This one that we got nailed with was about 24 inches, so 2 feet, but underneath it was ice. I've heard some horror stories of what the highways looked like, but in and around this area, I didn't hear too many sirens and too many ambulances. As much as living in the snow belt of Ontario is challenging, the good thing about it is everybody who lives here lives here. So the caliber of winter driving around here is really, really high. You don't get too many people acting kind of crazy. So they're all used to it out this way. Winter is one of those things that, I'm about to say something that might be controversial, like most women, is beautiful, but also complicated. Don't kill me in the comments, or kill me in the comments, I don't mind. So far, 2026 has not been as challenging as the beginning of 2025, so I like that. There seems to be a lot of optimism, not just with me, amongst a lot of people I know this year. It seems the dregs of 2025 were quite literally left behind 2.5 weeks ago. Overall, in my circles, the general consensus is things are good. So I like that. That's motivating. I had a conversation with a young fellow I work with today who is on his way to being a pilot. A lot of times when you work in these industries that are primarily labor-oriented, you get people that maybe didn't have dreams, or they're fine to, settle down and have their kids in their house and all that, which I'm not criticizing at all. I think that's perfectly okay. But I've always been the kind of person that enjoys being around people who are trying for more. So the more I talk, the more I ask, the more people I talk to, the more I'm seeing people, even out here in this small town, because I am originally from a city quite a bit bigger, about 10 times the population is this, maybe more than that. But even in the small town, I'm seeing some folks that have some ambition and some desire and some passion, and it is definitely refreshing, especially with the younger generation, when there's a lot of folks with their face down in their cell phone. The ones that want to get up in the air and do something cool is super refreshing. So that was a good moment. I am back at the gym. I took a break over the holidays. Finding that brings a tremendous amount of clarity. It can boost your confidence, but it can also humble you. Sometimes you'd be doing the same weight over and over and over again on the bench press, for example, and you're feeling good and strong, and then you go back one day and all of a sudden you can't do that weight. Then you gotta go and you gotta look at your diet, you gotta look at your sleep, and you gotta look at your lifestyle and go, what did I do wrong today? What did I do wrong this week that I lost a bit of strength? But it's as much as it's something that helps improve your life, it can also be a gauge on whether you're leaning into unhealthy habits or not. So coming back from the holidays and a not very strict diet and getting back to the gym regularly, I had to streamline that diet again. I had to rein it in. I had to get it in order. And in doing so, I've already made 10% of the gains that I want to make for the whole year. So again, we're talking about positive motion in the right direction. Another acquaintance of mine is going to be playing an acoustic gig in a couple of weeks. And from what I understand, this isn't terribly common for him, so it's like cool to see it happen. It's like it's a brave thing, it's a bold thing to do. So looking forward to that. All in, I figured it was time to have a little bit of a celebration with almost the finest scotch in my collection. I do have one that's a little bit nicer, and a nice cigar to just celebrate the small things and reflect, and kind of put a little gratitude out there on the internet. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not hearing a lot of BS this year. Not hearing that much complaining this year. A lot of people are. I think people really had it with 2025. I think 2025 was a rough run for a lot of folks. And I think it opened a lot of folks' eyes to maybe some changes they need to make moving forward. Hear how quiet it is? Advantage of living in a small town. My balcony door is wide open. It's not even that late. It's 6:30. No hustle, no bustle, no chaos. I don't mind the hustle and the bustle and the chaos. Sometimes it's good for your soul. But today's a nice day to just sit here quietly. Sometimes when we get these heavy snow events, I can open my balcony door and just stand there, watch the snowflakes fall, and you can literally hear the hissing of the snow as it lands on the other snow. Sometimes it's the little things like that that open you up to how tremendously complicated and beautiful life really is. You can see I keep staring out the window. That's because we have this heavy cloud coverage, but the moonlight's still coming through it, so there's this gradient from black to like dark orange out there. And then I have the silhouette of this tree that's right out front of my place. It's not a bad thing to look at on a Friday night. Anyways, remember to keep it a hobby, not a habit. Raise your glass to winning even when you're losing. And I wanted to add a new one this year. We can't all be Captain America, but we sure as hell can be Steve Rogers. Cheers.